Art Schlichter conned millions of dollars from me. I lost my home, my car, and I had to file bankruptcy. I also lost my family and friends. Art was very trustful. He was very convincing. He wanted to borrow $10,000. Art had me writing checks for less than $10,000 so that the IRS would not be suspicious. He started asking for larger amounts. They were $25,000 and $30,000. Then shortly after that, Art asked me for $100,000 to pay people back that he owed money to. I wanted to help him, so there was no persuasion needed. He said that the mafia broke his ribs and they would come after me and maybe my family if I didn't help him get some money to pay them. So he had me terrified. I slept with a shotgun in my closet. He had people following me and watching my condo at all times. He suggested that I get a reverse mortgage. I did get one for $185,000. I never took any of the money for myself. He took all the money. In less than a year, he had swindled me out of $3 million. When Art got all my money, he wanted me to start calling my friends and asking them for money. Art had me tell my friends different stories. He told me to see if any of my friends wanted to buy high state tickets. One story Art had me say was, I needed a personal loan. My friends would believe me because I was a very honest person. I ended up getting over $300,000 from my friends. I believed my friends would get their money back, and I was very excited about that because I was going to make my friends money. Never dreaming he was lying. Never. I think of the list of people that I came in contact and borrowed money from, and I feel so guilty. I'm the worst victim. They think they lost a lot. I've lost everything. My reputation, my friends, and my family.
Well, Anita, welcome. We're here talking about a very difficult time in your life. And you've actually written a book about it called Quarterback Sneak. And I didn't just read the book, I studied the book because there's a big question about this, about whether you were part of this scam or whether you were a total victim in this scam, right? You met Art Schlichter how?
1980, my husband and 3 other gentlemen and our 10-year-old son flew to Michigan to go salmon fishing for the day. Well, the plane crashed. Everyone was killed except for my 10-year-old son.
He was severely injured on the brink of losing his life. And in walks this hero. He might as well have had a cape blowing in the breeze behind him.
Yes.
And at the time, Art was doing what?
He was a senior at Ohio State. He was a quarterback.
Yeah, and they were national power, and it was a big deal, had a big impact.
Very much so. Got him out of his depression. It was beautiful.
So you were very grateful to him, right?
Very much so.
But then you didn't see him again. You saw him 30 years later.
Correct.
At a church.
Yes. I just purchased his book, not knowing I was going to see him for my son's birthday. And so I took the book and asked him to sign it, which he did. And he said, well, how's Alan doing? And I says, well, it's his birthday coming up and having a party. You're welcome to come if you'd like. So I gave him my number to call me. And he did call, and he said, I can't make it, but I would love to get together.
He does call you soon.
Yes. He said, I'd like to bring lunch. So he brought Wendy's.
And he knew you'd been married to the CEO of Wendy's.
I didn't tell him that, but he knew it.
Yeah, he knew it. Okay, and did anything financial happen at that lunch?
He said, I really would like to have a loan of $10,000 if you could loan it to me so that I could buy a car and drive back and forth to Indiana to reestablish relationships with my daughters. And I could not say no, because what he had done for Alan. And I could afford it.
It wasn't long before he asked to borrow $100,000.
That's correct.
He asked for checks below $10,000 to avoid the IRS.
I didn't know that at the time, but yes, that's what I found out later.
And he told you the mafia would go after you if you didn't give him the money.
He told me this one time that some thugs from the mafia just beat him up and broken his ribs. And so he really needed some money to pay them off. And if we don't get the money, they will come after you as well. And I said, but I haven't done anything. I'm not with the mafia.
And he asked you to do a reverse mortgage on your home, which you did. You took out like $180,000.
Yes, I did.
He then, you say, pressured you to borrow money from friends.
Yes.
and then he told you he would have to kill you if you knew what he was investing in.
I was always asking him, what are you doing with the money? And are you getting people paid off like you are telling me that you are doing? And he said, I can't tell you. If I tell you, I'll have to kill you.